Hi everyone, Monique here. I call myself an intuitive soul savant. I'm an astrologer, numerologist, among other esoteric practices that I've traveled on my journey with. Today's video, I'm having a bit of fun. I don't know how this will drop with my subscribers because I really, personally, I'm not a reality TV watcher. And today's video is a teaching video regarding our reality TV. Now, firstly, just a backstory, how I ended up watching this reality show and the next show I got hooked into. So the first show I was led to intuitively. Coming out of self-isolation with the challenging Pluto transit conjuncting my natal sun, I thought a good thing to do would be to go and get a little job. And I had been in the hospitality, fine dining industry for over 30 years. I left school and started the day after I'd left school. I worked my way into #1 international hotel in Sydney, Australia, here when I was 18 years of age. So I very much love service. And if you know my chart, my natal sun is in the 6th house of service. So obviously I'm very passionate about service. So I was led to this reality TV show called Vanderpump Rules. And the reason was because of the fine dining and the restaurant. I was fascinated. I've never been to LA, and I was just so fascinated. And of course, with all of that came all of these characters. And, you know, I didn't pay to watch this. I can't even remember where it came from. But it was one season and I ended up going and paying to watch the whole seasons. And this is only last year. So I don't even know when this reality, I think they're up to season 13 now. I should have looked that up, what date. You guys will know all of these characters because if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere, you know, these names will be big as far as social media and all of that goes. I'm not big on following reality TV people. I'm not active on Instagram, and I'm not chasing people's energy that way. But something I did observe really fascinated me. And that's why I'm calling it Pluto's casting couch. Now, I do know that this reality show started, it would have started not long after Pluto ingressed into Capricorn. All right, so I'm going to show you how the casting of this reality show has all of the signs that Pluto's challenging transit through Capricorn was for these characters. So don't judge me. I'm not a groupie. You guys will know so much more about these characters. I may not even get their names right, all right? But we're going to go through the list. It's not a long video, but it's a teaching video. If you're learning astrology and you do like reality TV, hey, no judgment here. I just don't have time to watch other people's lives because now I want to create, you know, my own life for others to watch me probably. Only to inspire others to get up and do the same, all right? So Vanderpump Rules. Well, of course, the leading star in this show is Lisa Vanderpump. She owns the restaurants and she's employed these staff. Now, there's probably lots of big backstories behind this. I don't know them. All I know is what I observed while watching Vanderpump Rules. So firstly, Lisa Vanderpump, the 15th of September. She's a Virgo. She's the 15th. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 is very creative. And being a Virgo, she's very, very hardworking. You could really see that Virgo tenaciousness of going, getting things done, making things happen. But being born on the 15th, that's a very family number. Creative number. It's a creative number. 6 is a creative number. However, it can also be creative as in family, making babies. So I can see how she is the big mama of these younger people. So we've got her there. Now, Pluto went into Capricorn. Now, her sun is in Virgo. So Pluto would have been trining her natal sun, right? Great positive aspect for her. So she was moving forward, moving up, 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 up. Pluto was giving her more power, okay? Rather than pulling it down, she was elevated with the power of the Pluto transit through Capricorn. Now, our next character, right from the beginning, but she's not in the show now in these later seasons, was Stassi Schroeder. Okay, now Stassi is the 24th of June, so she's a Cancer. Now, she's a 6 as well. So her and Lisa, you can see that the two 6s, her and Lisa, had that connection. So those two out of all of the cast were both day number 6s, but Stassi is a Cancer. So she had Pluto opposing her natal sun. Drama. What do we need in reality? We need drama. The next character, Katie Malone, 16th of January, Capricorn, Pluto conjunct her natal sun. So it's two characters other than Lisa. We'll leave Lisa at the top. She's having the trine. Stassi's was having the opposition. Katie was having the conjunction. Katie's the day before my birthday. And I can see how she evolved in those years that were really dark for my own self. And that was when she was having a breakup. Also, something I'd like to mention about Katie, she's 16th. Now, that number 16, 1 and 6 is 7, spirituality or illusion, delusion. But 16th is the number of the Tower card in tarot. And she had a fall. She had a fall early Pluto into Capricorn. So she was under the pump like myself in 2008, 2009, when she had that fall through the roof. If you watch this show, you'll know. If you're not interested, turn me off. All right, so we've got Katie having the conjunction. And then we'll put Sheena in there. Sheena's a 7 as well. And 7 is the number of Pisces and Neptune. So that 7 is illusion, delusion, you know, television, movies, creativity, and she's the 7th of May. So that's why May, Taurus, I'm getting too fast, I'm getting carried away here. Taurus make great singers. So she had a stab in the dark at the singing. You know, I think it's still a passion at first. So she's also the 7th, okay, of May. So she is a Taurus. Now, while this show was going on, in her dark of moments, Uranus ingressed into Taurus and shook her life up. Okay, we have to have drama with reality, don't we? Now, she's just hooked up with a New Zealand guy. I thought he was Aussie. He sounds like an Aussie guy to me, but he's actually from New Zealand. I couldn't find his birthday, but I think he's a Gemini. And Taurus and Gemini, they usually get along together. You'll find a lot of Gemini Taurians together. So that's Sheena. Then we've got Kristen. She's no longer in it. Kristen Gout. Kristen is the 17th of February, an Aquarius. So Kristen wasn't really in her power, and she wasn't having Pluto affect her chart to stand in her power, to stay in the show. But it's always really good to have an Aquarian around, because what do? They can create change. They can create chaos. She had an affair on Tom, and then she got with James, and blah, 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 as it went on. But Kristen's no longer there. But we will see into the future that as Pluto moves into Aquarius, well, then Kristen is going to meet her true power within her own self. So that'll be somebody to keep an eye on. Now we've got Jax Taylor. He's not in the show anymore either, but he's the 11th of July, another Cancer. Pluto opposing his natal sun. I didn't look at all the charts. Pluto may have been opposing their Venuses and all of that, but I'm just looking at the natal sun today. So Jax, a Cancer. Tom Sandoval, another Cancer. He's the 7th of July. So what do we got here? We got numbers 6 and 7 and 11. And Kristen is the 17th of February. So she's an 8-day number. So Jax is the 11th master number with Jax. Jax sort of showed to me, I thought he was a Leo. So, you know, when I looked it up and I thought, oh, okay, well, there must be a Leo rising there or strong Leo presence, I thought. Tom Sandoval, 7th of July. Okay, so, well, we got some cancers in this show. Tom Schwartz, 16th of October. Now, he's a Libra. So he had Pluto squaring his natal sun. And he's best mates with Tom Sandoval. So their suns actually squared, which was great in starting a business because of the two energies. And they're both the same numbers. He's the 16th. 1 and 6 is 7. And Tom is the 7th. All right. So they both vibrated in the same day number, but their natal suns squared, which can be good. A square can be good when the two sides work together. There's no winner. Both are bringing their energy. However, he too is the 16th, like his ex-partner Katie, 16th Tower card. So without his awareness, being that Libra, got to keep the peace, got to keep the relationships all together, he's still doing it. He is still doing it, and Pluto has moved on. Still doing it. So come on, if you guys watch this, Tom, you got to man up, boy. Got to man up. Yes, so he had that square. Ariana came into the show after what's her name? Kristen, you know, sort of was breaking up with Tom, and Ariana came on the scene. Ariana Maddox. She's another Cancer. And another 6, she's the 24th of June. She's the same date as Dusty, right? So she gets along with Lisa as well. Lisa's a 6 and Ariana the 6. They both have that. You can see it. You can see that connection. So another Cancer, she lost, you know, 3 family members and her puppy, you know. So I don't want to be, you know, these people went through loss and grief and drama, you know, and I'm not laughing at that or anything. I'm sort of quite compassionate to it, and that's what kept me hooked in. So Ariana, day number 6 of June, so she's still got a Gemini wits there with her, rather than sinking into the emotionalism of the Cancer. Moving on, Brittany came on the show and hooked up, married Jax, and she is the 25th of January, but that makes her an Aquarius. All right. She's a 7 too. All the 7s. Okay. 25th of January. So let's keep an eye on Brittany in the future, because she's going to have Pluto conjunct her natal sun. So let's see what happens there. And James Kennedy, another Aquarius. He's the day after Brittany, the 26th of January. He's an 8. I'm an 8. I'm 17th, day number 8. There's always karma if you're born day number 8. There's always something in your life that you have to get through, some karmic energy that you've come to get through. And he's getting sober, you know, and he will have to keep his eye on that, because he's going to have Pluto conjunct his natal sun. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with that, because we could see throughout the show where he didn't have the power. He did not have his power, but I can see as he's maturing, he's becoming more responsible. And you can see his inner power, and I've forgotten her name, and she's the Aquarian. Oh, I forgot it. I'm sorry. I'll pop it up into the top of the comments. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, but she's the astrologer, James Kennedy's girlfriend, and she's also an Aquarian. So those two will probably hang around in the show, and there'll be drama. Raquel, now known as Rachel Livies, she's a Virgo. All right, now she had a crash. She didn't step into that trine power. There must have been other things in her chart that gave her the wobbles. All right, but she is empowered now if she's going to stay sober and overcome her addictions, because there's so much, these guys have got so much to lose if they don't overcome their addictions. You know, they've really been stepped up into the limelight. They've been given all these opportunities from the Pluto transit. Not all of us who have these challenging Pluto transits we'll get opportunities. We can have it all taken away from us, and the opportunities will only come in the rebirth stage, way after Pluto has actually conjuncted, squared, or opposed. So that's Raquel. In the last season, we haven't seen her. But, you know, addictions, this is what Pluto comes to dredge down to the subconscious to work on, among other things. All right. But if we're in our addictions, we're not in our power. All right. And we can lose those opportunities that come along. Last but not least, finishing with a Virgo, and that's Lala Kent. And I love Lala Kent, and she too is getting sober. So she's the 2nd of September. So when she started, you could see that false power, that false bravado when she was drinking, right? And now we see the 2nd. We see that 2 number. We see her sensitivity. And isn't it great? Lala, congratulations that you're on your sobriety journey. So she took the trine and she used it to her advantage. By looking at herself and, you know, finding that power that was there for her, all right? So she had the trine. So we got what? Out of all of those that I've mentioned, we've got 1, 2, 3 Virgos, 1 Capricorn. Only Katie. Katie was the only Capricorn on the show who went through the conjunction. And you can see the difference in her now. She's very stoic. Katie's very stoic. And then we've got a couple of Aquarians in there to mix it all up. And just the 1 Libra. The 1 Libra, the 1 Capricorn, and a heap of Cancers. All right, a heap of Cancers. So there's Pluto's casting couch. You know, we watch Pluto evolve through these people's lives. We watched the train wrecks of these people's lives, and they were under a Pluto transit. And the ones that were in challenging transit, right? And those that weren't were in the trine, and they had the opportunity to step up and do what they wanted to do, if that's what they wanted to do. We're not judging here. So there you go. I'm going to do the next show after this video, and I'll upload the both of them. And if you're fans, wow, share it on your fan pages or whatever, because so many people are into astrology these days, especially the millennials. You know, they see it in action. And it's another way to tune your intuition. Have a guess what star sign these reality people are, reality TV. Are they actors, cast members? And then go Google it and see if you're right. And if you're not right, have a look and see why you're not right. All right, that's how we learn. Yes, there's textbooks out there, but you put them down after a while, and you really do. You know, it's boots on the ground with astrology. It's all there in front of you. You just have to have the knowledge, and you strengthen your intuition through astrology for sure. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everybody. If any of the cast members are watching, I hope you are. Thank you for such entertainment. But for me, it was more about studying, you know, the energies of Pluto. All right. Thank you.